Hello everyone, it's Leo and it's time to talk about episode 37 from wonderful PreCure, which was amazing. I've been saying this a lot and I feel like this season should have given us more, but I'm very happy that this episode gave us a lot of Daifku. And it also added a lot of flavor to Mei as well. But obviously, Iroha and Satoru also got a lot of flair. I just loved how everything happened here. The characters are so solid and wonderful. I feel like they are the strongest point of the show, and the way that the episodes are written, they highlight the peculiarities of each of the characters. I just love it. Wonderful is being gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So we start the episode with Iroha with her mom. We have a dress, and that dress is very ugly. Girl, your mom, maybe her fashion sense. I'm sorry, but Iroha was super happy. We have a little joke with her father and Mei, and from that scene onwards, Mei is worried. And so the scene changes to Satoru, and Satoru is there in front of the mirror stone. He is feeling anxious. He is anticipating Iroha's arrival. He's there with Daifku. He wants to pet Daifku so he can relax a little bit. And, that is a little but very sweet moment between an owner and his pet, between two friends, between two people, or one person and an animal, actually, I'm sorry, which, share feelings, and they have this intimacy, or Satoru has this intimacy of, having those little supportive moments, like searching for support in his pet. And I loved that. But then Mayu arrives. Girl, the Mayu reactions in this episode, they were priceless. And I feel like Mayu was also a key character in this episode. Again, amazing characters being shown in such a great way. And then there is the dilemma. Daifku and Komugi are going to be part of the date. Well, that's just a regular get out of both of them, because when they are together as friends, Daifku is there, Komugi is there. So how is it going to be different? So they quickly get things ready for a different and actual date. Komugi with Yuki and Mayu. Yuki also helping by calling Komugi to go out with them and to play with her. And Daifku stays with Mei and Nico-sama. And I believed Nico would be more strict with Mei by not letting Mei follow them. But the one who actually followed this route was Daifku. And I really liked this because we had the characterization that we needed so much. It was so good seeing those moments and the lines that Daifku was saying that Nico was translating. It was everything. And, those are the moments that we want to see from the bunny duo. I mean, they were not together, but I want to see more of Daifku's feelings. We see them very, very little. And Satoru is a very prominent character in the show. Satoru is super well developed, and Daifku not so much. And I found that this episode was really strong because of this, but also strong because of everything else. And then we start the date. And how I loved the date scenes, because the awkwardness of Iroha and how awkward she was around Satoru. She was trying to talk. She was trying to, bring up topics, and she started walking faster than him. It was amazing. It was really nice. She was so uncomfortable, and he was trying, but he was not really able to succeed by actually, talking to her and make her feel a little bit more relaxed. He was not able to do that. But when they were able to sit down and meet a Pomeranian that we saw early on in the show, Mei started, trying to mess things up a little bit. And we have so many funny scenes of Mei. So many funny scenes of Mei. Satoru also trying to stop him. And then Mei starts actually sharing what he was feeling. First, he said that if Iroha and Satoru start dating, they're gonna slack off on their PreCure duties, or actually Iroha will. And then Nico-sama tells, I think it was Nico-sama that told Mei that that is a lie. That's not how Mei thinks. And that's funny because that's kind of like what Blue told the Precures in Happiness Charge. Like that was one of the reasonings Blue gave them so that they would have that no date rule. And I instantly remembered, oh my God, Mei, please do not go that route. But then Mei started actually sharing how he was feeling. He was the one who wanted to be in Iroha's place. Not because he wanted to date Satoru, because Satoru is his best friend. Satoru is the one who listens to him. And so he will miss Satoru. If Satoru is with Iroha, he's not going to spend as much time as he did spend with Mei as before. And then it was very funny when Daifuku was like, oh, Satoru is my best buddy, not yours. And then they kind of had a little quarrel about that. But then Daifuku raised the main idea of everything. If he is your best friend, you should think of his happiness. You should think of what makes him happy. What makes him happy right now is actually be with Iroha and, share this date, this special moment, this wonderful moment with her. So you should have to be supportive of this moment of them together. I really like this, and I love that Satoru was the voice of reason on this moment. And then we shared a little moment with the cat duo and Komugi. They go shopping, and we finally, for the first time, see the colors, the colors of the 2025 PreCure, pink, blue, and green. The costumes, very Powerpuff Girls. I'm joking. Obviously, it's not the colors, but, we love doing those jokes when we're talking about colors in the PreCure universe. But it's a very beautiful color combo. I love it. And they looked very cute. I loved their visuals. They were changing costumes and wearing berets and everything. And then they had a little melon soda, which is something I would love to try. And when they were there, they saw both Iroha and Satoru passing and Mei after them. They were able to stop Mei. But then we had, in my opinion, the best scene of the episode, which was the aquarium. When they were in the aquarium, they were able to talk a little bit more regularly, with Satoru sharing his knowledge about animals, but there was still some awkwardness in that moment. And then Iroha started sharing what she was feeling. One of the things I love about this season is how aware the characters are of their feelings. They know what they're feeling, and they know how to express their feelings when they have intimacy with each other. We had problems in communication between Iroha and Komugi, with Mayu and Yuki, but after a while they start understanding each other very well because they know their feelings. They're very aware of what's going on with them. And, after like the half of the season onwards, they've been very aware of how they're feeling. And Iroha just starts sharing how awkward she is and how she's feeling bad because she's not able to be normal around Satoru. And Satoru came with the best response ever. That awkwardness made him happy. Because if she was as she is every day, that would mean it was just a normal day for them. It was just a normal get out for them. It was just a normal time spending together. If she's feeling awkward around him, that's because it is important for her. That it's because it is a date, and that date holds a special meaning for Iroha. And so that made him happy. And I just love this conclusion. I love it. It's so cute. And they're so honest with each other. The way after she's crouching and he crouches to be on the same level as her, and they just start sharing their feelings again, and they look at each other, and the camera goes up and the bubbles go up as well in the aquarium. Oh my God, the feelings overflowing, just like the bubbles in the water. I loved that scene. It was so beautifully done. Love it. And then in the mall, outside of the aquarium, but still inside the mall, we have a Gaogaon being created by Torame. And we have a little discussion between Mayu and Meimei. Mayu wants to do the combat all by the three of them without Iroha because she wants Iroha and Satoru to enjoy this moment. She wants them to savor this as much as they can. But Meimei does not want to. Meimei wants to call Iroha. She has a responsibility as a cure. And they started, discussing about it. And Mayu stood her ground. She made it so that they would give her their all against the Gaogaon so that Iroha would not need to be there with them. And Meimei accepted it, but he said, if it doesn't work out, I'm going to call Iroha. And then they transform. It's very nice to see a three-way transformation, to see, different shots of the transformations in this episode. And then they started combating the Gaogaon. I think the action scene started so nicely, but after we had them just spamming shields, girl, boring. But I loved the starting moment, and then we had a moment of their hairs flowing. Oh my god, so much hair. I love that. Very iconic. And then we have Iroha and Satoru noticing that there was a Gaogaon. But before that, Lillian tried it her best with Lillian Net. Her best. Okay, the scene itself, it was nothing special, like Lillian Net being used over and over. But the feelings were there. The feelings were right there. And Mayu was the one who gave the idea of starting the combat without Iroha and Satoru, and Meimei did not want to. But then Meimei remembered what Daifuku said. And Meimei had his own thoughts of doing everything he can for his friend. The friend who was there for Meimei for so long, for so many times. And so Meimei was the one who stood up and got it in action to help his friend enjoy his date. And Meimei was able to free both Wonderful and Nyami. They got back into action and they were able to hold the Gaogaon for a little longer before Iroha and Satoru joined the fray. It's funny that Satoru is needed in the actions because Satoru knows details about the animals. He is an animal encyclopedia, so his knowledge helps them in combat. He is part of the team in his own way. And I find that very nice. Honestly, I find that very nice. And in this episode, it was no different. Girl, it was so easy. It was so easy. Just after Satoru joined, it was just like that. They were able to purify the Gaogaon very, very easily. And then we had a last moment of everyone together enjoying their time. Meimei asking Satoru if he was going to play with Meimei still. Satoru obviously saying yes. Iroha, Komugi saying that she wants to go on the date with Iroha as well. It's very cute. It's very Komugi to say things like that. Very adorable. And then the episode ends with a very, very cute scene of Iroha asking Satoru to actually call her by her name. Because Satoru only calls her Inukai-san, which is her family name. And now he's going to call her by her first name, Iroha. And then they held hands at the end. How cute was that? I love it. It was everything. This episode was able to be very funny, but also very sentimental, very sincere with the feelings of everybody, especially Iroha and Satoru. I really loved the development of their relationship. Very cute. They're taking their time to enjoy little moments just like they did in this episode, and how honest they are with each other, how they're able to talk their feelings and put their feelings out there. I love it. Incredible. And next week, it seems we are getting super, super emotional. I'm just really liking how heavy the episodes have been. Not heavy as in sad, but heavy as in emotion. We are talking a lot about emotion in the last few episodes. They have been very relevant episodes. We have nothing about the story of Wonderful, and it does not matter. What matters is that there is a lot of emotional elements about the characters that we love so much, and in my opinion, are the strongest asset of Wonderful PreCure. The PreCure part of Wonderful, I don't care that much anymore. But the human part of things, and when I say human, I also include the animals, because, you know, they act, think, and feel like humans. It's superb, incredible. I am loving Wonderful PreCure. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. I'm going to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you're a member, thank you so much for your support. I really, really appreciate it. If you're here on YouTube, if you're on Patreon, if you support me on Throne, thank you. And if you've watched the episode, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.